Westmont Houston Road, Houston, Texas 77038. Text 832-466-8414. Barb's Iris Floral delivers fresh flowers fast.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
We are broadcasting live from the Woodlands, Texas to the world. You're listening to the only multimedia FM station in Houston, Texas. Your Fusion Radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station. Mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY New Waverly, Texas. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
The program presented or submitted by members of our community and are a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM. The views expressed do not necessarily reflect those of KNLY 91.1 FM and its affiliates.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you again for another day at 91.1 FM, The Boss. We're happy here on today's Entrepreneur, and we have somebody that is going to talk to us about discipline towards your favorite pets. Now, everybody maybe right now is thinking about getting a pet, especially with a lot of different things that are going on in the environment for the safety of their family, their safety of their home, companionship. Definitely is a great way to go. We have an expert in the house today, Mr. Jose Sierra with Simper Amici and Canine Training. Thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
And let's go ahead and talk about, did you get any pets for Christmas as a gift?
I did not. I have my hands full with the 3 that I already have.
I know, you told me a funny story about this morning and, you know, how you were trying to get up and going. You had actually, you did a class this morning. That's cool.
Yeah, well, I did some training sessions with some dogs before I got out here. So get up pretty early to make sure that all the dogs are taken care of and that they get their you know, their morning walks, their food, their water, you know, and everything like that, and that they get ready for the day so that we can do some training and kind of take advantage of everything that the day brings.
Yeah. Now, how is it that your passion for taking care of animals kind of came out? Now, we are in the honors of a vet. Thank you so much for serving the country. We really do appreciate your assistance with us here in the U.S. You know, you're where you helped out the country. Thank you so much for that.
It's my pleasure.
Now, what made you change from that type of atmosphere to what you're doing now, or did that kind of guide you into that also?
Yeah, that kind of guided me towards what I'm doing today. I got started with dogs. Actually, it's a funny story because when I was in high school, I had a friend who joined the Marine Corps. His name is Vinny Acevedo. So shout out to Vinny. He posted on MySpace, right? MySpace back in the day. Right? So he posted on MySpace him with a dog, and I'm like, oh man, he's got a dog. That's cool. And then I looked, and I'm like, oh man, that's his work dog. Like he works with that dog. Like that's so awesome. So from then on, I was like, that's what I want to do. Like that's what I want to do. So I went. So when I went to join the Marine Corps, I was like, "This is what I want to do. I want to do canine." And they're like, "Well, you got to join like the military police first. Okay. Like that's what you got to go in for, and then you got to get chosen to do it. Right. Like it's not like you get to do it. We can't guarantee you that. So I'm like, you know what? So I bet on myself, and I was like, I'm gonna do it. So joined, went for military police, and during military police school, I got chosen to be a canine handler.
Okay.
So went to Lackland Air Force Base down in San Antonio, did the training for that after military police school, and that's basically how I got into it, into dogs really, because I hadn't really owned a dog before then.
But you do have a canine, or you have? You were telling me you also have pit bulls, right?
Yeah, I have. So as far as like canine, I don't have like a working dog or anything like
Okay.
that. Not anymore. Not since I had adopted my own, which is actually the face on my logo. That was my working dog.
Okay.
That was from a picture that I had taken of him out in Iraq.
Wow.
So he's no longer with us.
Oh, I'm
but,
sorry.
But now I have 3 little pit bulls, or 2 pit bulls, 1 mutt, really. He's like a shepherd lab mix, but they're great dogs.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're training them as well, right? Like,
Yeah, I try. I still keep up with their training. Ricky Bobby, he's like the main one that helps me out with demonstrations and training, and I bring him out places with me and everything like that. The other 2 are just, you know, they're there. They're you know, they're my house dogs. You know, they don't go too many places with me or anything like that, but I don't really need them to. Right?
Oh, okay.
So Ricky Bobby likes to go out and meet people, and
Is he the one that used to go to the nursing homes?
Yeah, so he was a therapy dog through the Go Team, which is a national therapy dog organization. They're awesome organization. So he was doing therapy work and everything like that. But since I started my own business, I haven't really had the time to keep up with any of that stuff. So this past year, his certification expired.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you know, you could always maybe go back and get
Yeah,
it again,
yeah,
so that's
absolutely.
not
I've
a
been in
problem.
talks with them to kind of get him back certified and everything like
Well, that's
that.
awesome. And so right now, how many dogs do you have, like you said, with that program where they're actually with you?
So right now I'm in transition between dogs, but I have 1 right now that's with me, and then next week I'll have another 2 that'll start, and then another 1 that'll start the week after that.
Oh.
So you know, it keeps me busy. I definitely love to do it. It's my passion. I love to just see a dog go from not knowing anything or just displaying some really obnoxious behaviors
Right.
to being well behaved and being able to go out in public and know what's expected of them. Because that's the main thing is that I work on is obedience and behavior. So it's basically using the obedience that we're building in order to start to show them better habits, better behaviors in and around the home, and really work up to more like if you really want to take your dog out places and things like that. Those are things that we can work on. But just having a well-behaved dog that does what you need them to do when you need them to do it.
You need to
know?
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And also for the safety. I mean, you know, there's some people
Exactly.
that are just wrong. You know?
Yeah. I mean, all dogs need training, right?
Right,
All
yeah.
dogs need training, and that's not to say, you know, all dogs need the same type of training or all dogs need to
Right.
do X, Y, or Z. No, it's basically what you need them to do. You
And
know,
all the
what-
dogs, like you said, learn at different types of ways, and also times. Like you said, you also teach a class where a lot of people bring their own animals. In fact, you're gonna have one tomorrow.
Yeah, so I started a group class tomorrow. It's so my group classes are basically they're once a week. My clients will come in with their dogs, and I'll coach them through on how to train their dogs. So they come in with, you know, there will be a class of anywhere from 6 to 8 people and their dogs, and we just work on obedience, right? Obedience and behavior. How to take this obedience and apply it to real life situations. Because obedience is not, you know, there's a common misconception that obedience is like, oh no, I don't need my dog to do that. I don't need my dog to do that. You know, it's tricks or whatever. It's not a trick. It's technically, right? It's a trick, but it's something that you can use for practical application in real life situations, right? A sit is good for having your dog wait for something, right?
Right,
If
right.
I need to open the door, if I need to do this, if I need to do that. I don't need you twisting the leash all around my legs or
Right.
around my body or anything
Not
like that.
helping the situation when somebody's trying to come and attack you.
Yeah. Or,
No,
well, if he's like pulling me down the street or
Right.
anything like that while I'm over here trying to lock my door,
Right.
That's, you know, he can get away from me,
Right.
you know. There's just too much back and forth, too much struggle, too much confrontation with that. When you could just teach your dog, hey, just sit here. hang out real quick while I do this, and then we can go. Right? Nice, easy communication. That's what you want to build with every dog is communication. We speak different languages. Right? A lot of might not know that, but us and dogs, we speak different languages. So we have to bridge that gap of communication so that I understand what he's telling me, he understands what I'm telling him.
What you want from him or expect from him.
Exactly. So just conditioning the dogs for that, so that you make your life a little bit easier, right? Because you have a nice, well-controlled, well-behaved dog, and then you also make the dog's life easier because he knows what to expect. And if a dog that knows what to expect will display better behaviors, because dogs will do what they feel benefits them the most.
Oh, there you go. And that's where you said you do the cookies or the pet
the treats and petting and all that stuff. That's all a big part of it. You want to build reward history with your dog. One thing that a lot of clients will ask me is, well, when do we get away from the treats? I don't want to have to use treats all the time. It's like, okay, like I understand that, and it's valid, right? You don't you don't want to have to bribe your dog to do what you need him to do. Right, but you do need to let them understand that, hey, if you do these things, right, you're gonna get good things. Right. You're gonna be rewarded. You're gonna be petted. You're gonna the good things come after you do the task. Right. So do the work, and you get the good stuff. So you want to build that right off the bat. You don't want to get away from the treats too much, because they need that history of oh yeah, and then little by little start weaning away from the treats, so they go, oh man, maybe next time, right? Oh, I didn't get one this time, I'm gonna get one next time, right? So you build anticipation for them, for the reward, instead of, well, you don't have anything in your hand, so I'm not gonna do that.
Doing it.
Yeah.
Get all stubborn.
Yeah. They're gonna go, okay, I didn't get one this time, but I may get one next time, so I'm gonna keep doing this.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And now, how small or how young does a puppy or
good
have
question.
to get for training?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. So like I was saying before, training isn't just sit down, stay, do this, do that, right? Training should start the moment that your dog gets into your home. The moment that you get a dog, training should start. Now that doesn't mean teach them, the whole gambit like right away. You need to teach them how to act in the home, right? So not letting them go, and be by themselves, where they can go and get into mischief. They can go pee over here behind this couch. They can go do this, right? You want to teach them to be with you for a little bit, so that if you're doing something, I can be there to watch it, to make sure that you're not developing bad behaviors, and you're only getting and the only behaviors you're developing are good ones. So I want to be there constantly to be able to say, hey, that's a good behavior, I'm going to reinforce that, or hey, that's not a good behavior, I need you to do this instead. Right? So being consistent, being firm but fair. Right, you always want to be fair with what you're asking the dog to do. If your dog doesn't know how to do it, you need to teach them how to do it. You can't just say words and think that the dog's going to do it. Right? You can't just say no and think that your dog knows what no means.
No, it doesn't.
Right? And then be like, oh, is that my name?
That's true. That.
So
okay. So then, what is the best contact number for you?
Best contact number for me, I forgot. No.
We talked about this. No, I was kidding.
So to contact my office, or to like schedule consultation. Right. It's
which you do go to them, right? You said
I do. I do in-home consultations, and I also do consultations at my facility. So it just depends on what behaviors the client is saying that the dog is doing. It also
like chewing the shoes and jumping on people as soon as
right,
they open the
jumping
door,
on
like
people as soon as they open the door, right? If the dog is barking at people, if the dog is doing X, Y, or Z, it just depends. And
What's the craziest thing you've heard a dog do?
Oh my goodness, I've seen some crazy stuff. I can't think of any off the top of my head. But I mean, I've seen anywhere from dogs that just like you show them the leash and they just get aggressive, right?
Oh no.
They're like, don't ever put that thing on me, right? And with dogs like that, you just got to take it slow, and you got to kind of let them warm up to you, build some rapport with them.
Any
It's-
dog
it's-
questions in the studio? Any dog
it's
questions?
it's basically like you walk up to a dog and you try to put a leash on it, right? A dog that's never been on a leash is gonna be like, "What the heck are you doing?
Yeah.
Get away
You're
from me!
trying to
I don't like that."
attack me, yeah.
Right? So and some dogs might see it as that. Might see it as like, "Whoa, you're too overwhelming. I got to protect myself," and
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
and decide to take actions into their own hands. So kind of taking your time with dogs, having patience, that's the main thing about like dog training that you got to have. If you don't have it, don't become a dog trainer.
Oh, okay.
Because patience is definitely key.
How many people do you have working with you right now, or is it just you?
Oh, it's just me.
Oh, that's tough. Okay.
Yeah, I'm the only trainer right now. We're working towards. I have somebody that is looking to start training with me
Okay.
and wants to develop into a role with me. So I'm excited to kind of take on that, and then I have somebody that works with me taking consultations, taking intake and calling clients and stuff like that.
And what is the address?
The address is 20320 Cypresswood Drive, and that's in Humble. 77338. That's actually because it's not going to pop up on your map because it's a brand new building. So it's on 1960 near the airport, 1960 in Cypresswood, and it's going to be right at that corner, right behind the Valero.
Cool. And you said it's a place that is covered, right?
It's a covered. It's a office warehouse space.
Okay.
It's got a big outdoor lot. So trying to kind of get everything going with that to where we can utilize all the spaces as much as possible.
Right.
So we're still getting
So we have
everything
plenty of
ready
room.
and everything
If
like
you
that.
haven't-
But
if you have a pet that needs some training, definitely contact him at what number?
I forgot. No, 281-241-9441.
Okay, and your email address.
My email address, you can contact info@semperamici.com. Do you have a
Erase button.
No. Yeah, so you could see it on the
Okay.
screen. There you
Okay,
go.
there you go.
So it's info@semperamici.com. And then you can also go to my website, which is www.semperamicicanine, the word canine.com, which is also right there on your lovely
Awesome.
graphic. And then also got my Facebook and my Instagram. Both of those are facebook.com or instagram.com/semperamici and then K9. I don't know why I did that. I just did. All right.
Okay, and any shout outs? I know that you probably have some friends that are gonna have to go back, or you're already getting the calls, and they're getting called in. So any shout outs to anybody in particular?
Man, I just shout out everyone.
You're my brother.
Yeah. No, I just I want to. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on right now. In the media and in the world right now, and to all my brothers and sisters that are still in the military, in the Marine Corps and the Army, the Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard. I just want to say be safe with whatever comes or whatever happens throughout the next months or years or whatever. I just want to say that we support you. Semper Amici Canine Training is very big on supporting veterans and veteran-owned businesses as well. But yeah, we support you, and you're not alone. And yeah, we're here for you. Also want to shout out my wife. She's been my biggest supporter through everything.
Strong wife,
She
strong life.
has held me down through a lot, and she's been so supportive with the opening of the business, and just kind of helping me out anywhere that I need to, holding down the house and everything like that. She's been great. My business partner, Jonathan Guzman, he owns Pulse 24 Fitness out in Humble. You can
He's
edit
gonna be
that out,
coming
right?
to the studio too. He already said, I think.
Yeah. Excited about that. He's also a veteran. He's a Navy veteran. He's in the reserves now. But yeah, shout out to them. My parents, my sister.
My aunt. No, I was kidding.
Shout out to God.
Thank you.
Without him, nothing, none of this would be possible. So I'm just very grateful and very humbled to be sitting here and to be able to do what I do and talk to you about something that I have a deep passion for and something that I love.
And we're happy to have you here today, Mr. Serra. Thank you again
for
coming
pleasure.
out to the studio with 91.1 FM The Boss. Everybody, have a blessed weekend.
We are broadcasting live from